Sawadee Krap, I'm JP Mestanza. Welcome to Phuket Extra, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. Just a few days left until the tourist visa amnesty expires at the end of the day on September 26th, this Saturday. And foreigners have been lining up at the Phuket Town Immigration Office, with the deputy chief of the office confirming that extensions granted will be good for at least 30 days, beginning on Sunday, September 27th. The confirmation came after a reader of the Phuket News confirmed that on having an application successfully accepted by Phuket Immigration on Monday, September 21st, the immigration officer stamped an extension to stay until only October 5th, an extension of only 15 days. Lieutenant Colonel Udom Tongchin told the Phuket News that all foreigners who are granted an extension will be given 30 days, and that, quote, the stamp in the passport is to indicate when the foreigners is to return to the Phuket Immigration Office in order to have the 30-day extension approved, which will be counted from September 27th. Lieutenant Colonel Udom also said that Phuket Immigration is not empowered to issue any extensions to permits to stay at this time, and instead, applications are forwarded to the Immigration Bureau Regional Headquarters at Hat Yai, Songkhla Province. Also, he confirmed that all visa extensions, like one-year extensions for non-immigrant visas, issued during the amnesty, like business visas, education visas, and retirement visas, all go into effect on September 27th. This was his cause for concern, and the second-in-command at Phuket Immigration said, quote, I am seriously concerned that come September 27th next year, all the one-year permits to stay will expire on the same date and possibly cause another big rush on applications from foreigners to extend their one-year permits to stay all at the same time, expressing similar sentiments for all the 30-day extensions granted as well, since it'll just be another mad dash every 30 days. Currently, the office is processing some 190 applications a day, and they'll open up all day on Saturday to process last-minute applications. However, any foreigners whose permits to stay remain expired from Sunday on will incur the standard penalties of 500 baht a day fine. Also, any foreigners caught overstaying in the country by more than 90 days may face being blacklisted. Phuket Governor Narong Wuncheo has revealed that nearly 70% of all tourism businesses across Phuket remain closed due to the economic impact of COVID-19. In a meeting at Phuket Provincial Hall on Tuesday, the governor cited data collected by the Digital Economy Promotion Agency, DEPA, the DEPA, who say that 30.4% of businesses in Phuket are now open as normal, with 66.8% of all tourism businesses closed temporarily and 2.8% closed permanently, saying that by the end of the next month, that last data point, the number of tourism businesses closed permanently could increase up to 70% by the end of September. Still, the governor says Phuket is ready to open and welcome foreigners in October with new temperature checking machines installed at Phuket International Airport this week, and a review of the procedures for welcoming foreign tourists still ongoing. To board a flight to Thailand, these tourists have to get a special tourist visa and test negative for COVID-19 within 3 days of flying to Thailand, and upon landing, have to test negatively twice more during a 14-day quarantine, which they also have to pay for, and prices have been quoted from anywhere between 40,000 baht to 220,000 baht. This includes facilities in Bangkok as well. At the moment, Phuket only has a handful of resorts approved as quarantine facilities, including Anantara Phuket Suites and Villas, Anantara Mai Khao Phuket, and Trisara Resort, although many more hotels have applied and are awaiting approval. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. The Thai government is taking steps to potentially prosecute Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, among other social media providers, over failing to remove posts that the government deemed illegal after repeated warnings. Today, the Ministry of Digital Economy and Society asked the Technology Crime Suppression Division of the Royal Thai Police to go after the major social media providers for not blocking so-called illegal information within the 15-day warning period after warning letters had been sent to the Thai offices of Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. It's not just these companies either. The digital minister is also going after social media users in Thailand who made posts offending the royal institution during the anti-government protests this month, mostly on Facebook but also on Twitter. In a statement, the minister said, quote, It is the first time in Thailand that the computer crime law is exercised to prosecute the service providers. Charges will go to the parent company of all the organizations. The police will use Thai laws because the offenses happen in Thailand. I believe the police can do it. For more, visit thephuket.news.com. Officials in Bangkok are now looking into allegations that the Sri Panwa luxury pool villa hotel on Phuket's eastern coast encroaches on forest land. And it all comes days after the owner of the hotel made comments online about the protests and one of its leaders. In a report by the Bangkok Post, who quote an MP from the opposition Move Forward Party, Apichat Siri Sunton, several officials are being called in to testify on October 1st on whether the hotel, located on a mountain in Phuket's Cape Panwa, actually encroaches on a forest reserve. A committee is now being formed to look into not just whether they did encroach, but to check on their land ownership papers and the impact the hotel has had on surrounding communities. This whole thing was put into motion after, just a few days ago, the owner of the swanky resort, Vorasit Isara, went on social media and said the co-leader of the anti-government rally that took place last week, Panusaya Rung Siti Jirawatanakun, he said she offended the monarchy during the protests in Bangkok, found her comments unacceptable, implied that she is not Thai, and also implied that there were people behind the scenes funding her and the movement. Within hours of posting his comments, a number of social media users disagreed with him, leaving negative reviews of Sri Panwa Resort on other online platforms, according to reports, with calls to boycott Sri Panwa also made by his detractors. It's a big story, so for more, visit thephuket.news.com. 2 years after a mass sterilization and forced removal of hundreds of wild monkeys in Phuket, officials have revved the project back up again, which saw them sterilize 200 wild monkeys in Talang and Phuket town this week. In a 3-day mass sterilization project from Friday to Sunday last week, the local environment office chief and the Phuket governor were on hand to oversee 195 monkeys, 94 females and 101 males, caught by traps set at Khao Prateo Nature Reserve in Talang and the Khao Tose Monkey Hill in Phuket town. They were sterilized at the Nature and Wildlife Education Center in Talang, all because, as the local PAO or Obojos said in a statement, was to reduce the number of wild monkeys to protect locals and tourists from possible disease or monkey trouble. They say it's just the beginning, with the goal to sterilize up to 500 monkeys from around Phuket, including at Khao Rang, Koh Sireh, Banyamu, Bambangrong, and other areas. Mass sterilizations of wild monkeys in Phuket happened about 2 years ago when residents near Koh Sireh and Monkey Hill voted overwhelmingly for the project, saying they were causing a lot of problems because of their numbers. 2 whole monkey troops were even relocated to uninhabited islands off Phuket's east coast, Koh Tanan and Koh Payu. Officials have yet to explain why so many monkeys still need to be sterilized in campaigns occurring so frequently. Police are once again going to request Interpol to issue a new red notice to arrest and extradite Vorayu boss Yuvidia back to Thailand to face justice in his 2012 hit-and-run case in which he admitted to running over and killing a Bangkok police officer. The move is just the latest in a long-running saga in which the grandson of the Red Bull founder and heir to the Thailand empire, he's never spent a day in jail for a crash that took place in September 2012, just 8 years ago. An earlier Interpol notice had been taken down in 2018, according to reports. Back in July, prosecutors in Bangkok dropped all charges against Vorayu, causing a massive backlash and prompting 3 separate investigations into why. Now, police have changed course, with the help of the Prime Minister, who say that police and prosecutors mishandled the case and threatened to take action. Boss Red Bull has been recharged with reckless driving causing death and consuming Class 2 drugs, cocaine, for killing a policeman with his Ferrari back in 2012. And that's it for Phuket Extra today, brought to you by pvcphuket.com. For safe, secure, and soundproof windows, visit pvcphuket.com. Thanks again for watching as we bring you our broadcast every day. We do our best to bring you all relevant information. Let us know in the comments of any suggestions you'd like us to cover. Until tomorrow, stay classy, Phuket.